Hi, how's it going? My name is Brian. Today I'm going to show you how I made my GIF. So the plan is to bring you on a journey of my whole process of making the GIF. Originally I was thinking, how can I make this enjoyable for the person to watch or for anyone whoever is watching it? And my original idea was to go back and show you how I did it once I had it completed. But then I thought, no, that doesn't really bring the person on a journey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you from start to finish before I've even created the GIF, and we're both going to experience it at the same time. So a few things that we're going to do is here's the plan of action which we're going to do. I have assets already. I went and downloaded them. So for part of the CA, obviously we had to use open source software. So I found a thing called GIMP, which is a substitute for Photoshop. I didn't know which kind of open source software to find, but I was lucky to find that, and it's a lot easier than Photoshop as well. So it's quite handy. But we'll use that anyway. I have an image where I need to cut out a Bitcoin. My idea, I should probably explain first, is I want to try and show in a GIF the mining process with a little bit of a quirk to it of how Bitcoin is mined and just kind of play around with it. So I have a Bitcoin image which needs to be cut out because I just need the Bitcoin itself for part of the GIF. And then I'm going to convert that image into a text element. So I have the converter there ready to go. So we're just going to put it through that, and then we'll take a screenshot of it so we'll just have the kind of text element of it and not the rest of it. And then we're going to bring all those into Premiere Pro, and we're going to I have a video which is kind of an archive, a public domain video, which we're going to use these two elements on, and then we're going to create the glitch effect, which is also part of the CA in Premiere Pro as well. And all going well, we should have a nice little GIF. As well, I just want to apologise if I sound a bit heady. I have a bit of a head cold, so that's why this video is getting to you a bit late. But anyway, we'll just motor on. So, yeah, this is going to be parts of it are going to be sped up, so you don't have to watch it in real time. Lucky for you. So, if you want to go pause the video, maybe get a cup of tea, get a bit of popcorn, we're going to start. So, first things first, we are. What are we going to do? Let's check. So, yeah, we're going to go into GIMP, and I have it open here. Actually, just real quick, I'll just show you where I found GIMP. I found it. The website is gimp.org. So I went here and I found it very simple to download. As it says, GNU image manipulation program. It's very good. It's very simple. Like, it'd be a good starting place if you didn't want to maybe delve into Photoshop or whatever. So this is where we're going to go first. Right, so into GIMP. So what we want to do is we want to go File, Open, go to Desktop, College. Right, so GIF project, Assets, the Bitcoin. So here's the image. So I'm going to open this, and here it is. So what we want is just this little coin here. I don't want all the rest of the stuff because it's of no use to us. So the first thing we need to do is go to Layer, Transparency, and we want to add an alpha channel. So next we want to get our little free select tool, and actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to slow down the pace of my mouse so that way I can get a more accurate kind of cutting out of this. Don't worry, this will all be kind of, oh my god, look how slow that is. This is all going to be sped up so you don't have to go through this painstakingly slow process like I will. So we're basically just going to click and drag and go around the whole thing, and by the end of it we should just have the Bitcoin. So I'll speed this up so you don't have to endure like me. Won't be too long. Excellent. Okay, so that's that done. You can see it's clearly marked out what we're going to select. So now, okay, I'm just going to redo this with my mouse because it's a little bit too slow, and ain't nobody got time for a slow mouse. Grand. So back here, we want to go to select, and we want to invert this, isn't it? Invert, yeah, invert. So then you want to go Control X to take away the background. So we're just left with this. And then, yeah, it's probably not the cleanest cut, but I might, yeah, I'll clean that up later. But anyway, so then this is what we want. So what we want to do is go to File, Export as PNG, already selected, lovely. Perfect, grand. So we have that now. So now we need to bring that same PNG into our converter. So I'm going to use the HTML converter. This is the text to image.com. It's actually really good. I played around with a lot of them and they all give you a different kind of thing. The HTML one is the one we'll use because it gives the best kind of output, which you'll see when we do it. Here is our PNG. Open. Excellent. So I'm going to convert this. And here is our little guy. So you can see that it just did the bit that I wanted, which is obvious because we don't have the rest of it. But it's funny how it keeps all this. But what we're going to do is we are going to take a screenshot of just the piece we need. So, and then we can bring this back into GIMP when excellent. Cool, so we have that. So now we're going to bring all these elements into Premiere Pro, and I also have a video, but we'll import all that, and I'll see you in there. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to import our video. Here we are, reflection. So this is an old kind of public domain video that I found on YouTube. I'll link it in the notes below. So yeah, so we're going to drag this over here and create a sequence. Perfect. So now what we're going to do real quick is we are going to find the piece of footage that we're going to use for this. Just going to put an in point in there and let it play for a little bit. Cool. Put an out point there. Send that to the timeline. So we have that down here now. So just make sure it's okay. Nice bit of music there. So we'll get rid of the music because we don't really need it. So we'll go Control. We will unlink these two. So they're two separate elements now. We'll click the audio, get rid of it. So now we just have the image. That's all we really want. So now we're going to import our pieces of bitcoins. So we have the PNG one and then we have the text version one. I'm going to bring these in. Excellent. So the idea here is to have the text version, which is the one that he's going to be mining. And then when it lands over here, we're going to have the Bitcoin. So the idea behind that is like the text version is the one with all the numbers. So this is when the computer is obviously solving the math problem. And then this is what the computer is given. And then as a reward, we obviously get the Bitcoin. So that's when it's converted in midair and it'll be the Bitcoin, which is what everyone's after when they're mining Bitcoins. So for this, we are going to need the point where he takes this out. So here's the text version. So I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to zoom in to the timeline a little bit so we can see the image a little bit better. Here we go. So straight away, yeah, this is going to need to be cleaned up. So what we might do actually is we'll bring this into GIMP and we'll edit this up. So back to this. So we're going to need this here. And we're going to bring this, actually, do you know what we should do? Is before we run into a problem later, we should go and make sure that our output is going to be what we want. So adding more custom, yeah, that's fine. Frame size, this is what we want to change. So we want to change this to 800 by 800. Now unfortunately, the actual video itself isn't 800 by 800. It was 630 by 480, but we'll see what happens in the end anyway. 800 by 800 video previews, perfect. Okay. Quite alpha mid lead. Okay, cool. So we can bump this up a bit as well. So effects, motion. It's fine. Bring that to about there. Excellent. So now it should move. Perfect. So when it gets to here, yeah, that's perfect. Now it's going to transition into the actual physical Bitcoin. So from here onwards, we're going to need our other guy, which is here. This one. This one. Come on. Excellent. Just going to bring you down, so we don't need all of it. Again, we're going to resize this. And we want to try and match its position to when it was here. So okay, let's play this back. And it falls down. So then this will be where obviously the person gets their Bitcoin, says the whole transaction as if it's doing the maths, gives it the math problem, goes across, is transferring into a Bitcoin. We pretend that this is like the magic wall, and that transfers it into a Bitcoin. So yeah. So yeah, so then that's that. So then we had also, so we did that, doing this. Now we have to do the glitch. So for the glitch, I think we're going to glitch it when it goes past this little pillar here. So then that will signify the transition from being the code and the math problem that your computer is trying to figure out to then becoming a Bitcoin. So to get to that point, we need to go to here. And what we'll do is we will chop up the footage down here because this is what we want to glitch. So we're going to bring these guys up. So I'd say about here. So we'll cut this here. We'll cut out a few frames. Grand. Cool. Okay. So then we can delete some of these. Maybe every second one. And then what we'll need to do as well then is delete these guys as well. What we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of this one, put it on top. We're going to grab this one and drop the opacity down a bit. So we'll bring this down to about 50, 54, and then we'll move its position so that way we can kind of get that glitch effect. And we'll move its height a little bit as well. And then we'll do the same with this guy. So you might just put a bit of red in here now as well and just see. I get that RGB split. So we want to go to effects. There we go. So there's arithmetic. So I'm going to place that onto this clip here. And then we want to go to effects. And we're going to go down to it and change this to blend mode to linear edge dodge. Linear dodge add. and I'm going to bring the red value up, put this on to max. I'm going to bring this to 255. So now when you watch it, you're going to get to see a bit of, we might also just, so you can kind of see a bit the glitch coming through now. I'm going to do a bit of green as well. Very subtle, but it works. So I'm just going to play around with this and give it a little bit of finessing, but you kind of get the gist of it. And then we'll come back when I have it all finished. Okay, so I've played around with it a little bit more, and you'll give you a little look here. Probably doesn't look any different, but what I did was I added a little bit of blue to it, and the transition from when it's in the binary kind of form, text form, to the actual Bitcoin is a lot smoother. I played around with like the contrast and stuff and the brightness, so it just transitions that little bit better. So you get the gist. Yep, that's basically it in a nutshell. So now we're going to go over the export process. So now that we have all that finished, I go File, Export, Media. I'm going to go to GIF, well, animated GIF, because we want it to move. So that's gone down to 10 frames a second, but that's okay, because that's the only option we have. What are we going to call it? We're going to call it, cool. I'm going to save that, and this has brought it down to this, but we want it on 800 by 800. 800 by 800, which is this, and export video. Yep, everything else is perfect. Oh, so frame rate, we'll leave, we want progressive, and we want square pixels. There we go. So you can see that fitted itself back in perfectly. So we're going to click export. Right, so let's go have a look and see what it looks like. Here we are. Click. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Probably a little bit different, but anyway, I'll go and edit all this up, and now I have to go do my write-ups. Thanks very much.